Hi, this is Mike Wheeler, Senior Engineer for Newgate Security, and today I'll be presenting our FMCSA Compliant ELD solution for you. During this presentation, we will explore the easy-to-operate driver interface, as well as the comprehensive management portal. Let's go ahead and dive right in. What you're seeing now is the driver interface portion of this solution. This can run on either an Android tablet or any Android smartphone, although we at Newgate Security do typically recommend the tablet, again just for the ease of use for the drivers. Today we're going to be looking at three of the main components of this solution. The first is the ability for the driver to change their duty status. The second is to perform DVIRs, or driver vehicle inspection reports. And the third will be the roadside inspection portion, where the driver can show their logs to any requesting officer. Let's start with changing duty status, the most commonly used portion of this application by your drivers. To do that, all they're going to need to do is select the button up here in the upper left that shows their current status, and select a new status. Let's say in this case we're switching from off-duty to driving. From there, a window will come up that shows the current location, which will come from the GPS unit, as well as the current odometer, also being provided by the GPS. The driver will simply need to click OK, and now their status has changed. You'll see a timer has now started in the lower left-hand corner, showing the amount of time until the driver needs to take their next action. In this case, that action is a break that's going to be required in 7 hours and 52 minutes. By clicking on this button, the driver will also be able to see their drive time, shift time, cycle time, and time until next break, also available on the screen. To log that break is an incredibly easy process. All the driver will need to do is click the Start Break button. The tablet will just ask if they're sure, to which they can reply yes, and now a 30-minute countdown clock has started in the lower left to indicate when that break will be over. If the driver does need to end that break prematurely, they can do that with the End Break button. It will let them know that their 30-minute break has not been completed, but will also allow them to click yes to come out of break, which will return them to that remaining time. The next portion is DVIRs, or Driver Vehicle Inspection Reports. They can be accessed to produce the pre- and post-trip inspection from the right-hand column under the DVIR tab. The driver will simply need to select that tab, choose whether it is a pre, post, or ad hoc inspection, and then click Inspect. From here, a list of items will appear that the driver needs to inspect. They can simply click once if it passes inspection, twice if it does not, or 3 times if it's not applicable. Also available from this screen is the ability to add a comment or take a picture, which will appear in the management portal. Once they're finished, they can click the Finish button, note whether the defects have been corrected, and if the condition is satisfactory or unsatisfactory, make a quick finger signature, and then select Finish DVIR. The final portion of the driver application is going to be the roadside inspection. Should they need to turn the logs over to a requesting officer, they can do so with the roadside inspection tab. If that officer is comfortable viewing the data on this tablet or smartphone, they can simply click the Start Review, which will show the logs for the current 24-hour period as well as the previous 7 days, which is exactly what's required in the mandate. If the officer would prefer to see the information on their own technology, they can also do a data transfer via Bluetooth, USB, or email to get that over to the officer's technology. Now let's take a look at the management portal, which is entirely web-based, meaning it can be accessed by any piece of technology that has a browser. Though there are many different tabs and dozens of different settings changes that can be made through the management portal, today we're going to focus on 2 specific items: viewing and editing driver's logs. For both of these features, we'll simply click the Logs button and allow the system to gather the logs. From here, we can select any of the drivers, and their logs will come up for the day. This is the example that we were just working on in the driver application. Also, from this same place that we're viewing the logs, as an administrator, you have the ability to make edits to those logs. For any of the status changes, you can click the pencil editor, which will bring up a dialog box showing all of the current information for that status change. Again, as an administrator, you can come in here and change the status, indicate that it's personal conveyance or a yard move, and then also select the reason for making this edit to the logs. Once this change goes into the web management portal, it will also go to the tablet so that this appears on that driver's logs should they have to turn it over to a compliance officer. There are many other facets to the web management portal that can be used on a case-by-case basis. If you have any questions regarding the portal, certainly we'd be glad to answer those after this presentation has ended. I hope that you have found this system to be as easy to use and user-friendly as we have. It is our hope at Newgate Security to help you become mandate compliant as easily and effectively as possible. Thanks for taking the time today to view our solution. Have a great rest of your day.